Welcome to Unit 1, Chapter 1, Google Drive. In this chapter, you will be learning about closed source software, which is software that is purchased. It is closely guarded and protected in regards to software rights. An example of closed software would be Microsoft Windows or Adobe software. You will also be working with open source software. Open source software is software that is free and is open for use by anyone. It has a source code that is available at a universal level to anyone who wants to work with it and make it better. An example of open source software would be Google Drive. Essential outcomes. For each unit, you will be given essential outcomes. These outcomes will help guide you in regards to tools that you need to know for the unit. In this unit, you will need to know how to utilize open and closed source software to create and format professional business documents using basic software features. Open software that you will use will be Google Drive. Closed source software that you will use will be Microsoft Word. 2, you'll be giving I can statements. These statements provide you with all of the tools that you need to know for the unit. And 3, you'll be asked to articulate and utilize computer and software terminology. Welcome to Section 1-1, Accessing Google Drive. To access Google Drive, you are going to find the Google Chrome browser on your desktop. Please do not use any other browser except Google Chrome. Google Drive is designed for Google Chrome browsers, which means that if you open up Google Drive in Internet Explorer or Firefox or other types of browsers, they will not function well because they're not designed for any other browser except for Google Chrome. Once you double click on your Google Chrome browser, the Google window will open. If you look on the top right-hand corner of Google window, you're going to see a 9-dot little icon. This is your Google Apps. Google Apps simply means, or apps means application. The Google Apps 9 dots allows you to access free of charge software provided or application provided by Google. Once you click on the Google Apps, a drop-down menu will appear that will give you various options you have for Google applications. In this case, since we are working in Google Drive, we want to find the icon for Google Drive. So if you look down, probably midway through, you're going to find your triangle that's blue, gold, and green. And you're going to select that to access your Google Drive. However, before we do that, let's say you want to move this icon so it's easier to find. We want to move it from there to the top. To do that, all you need to do is select the drive and drag it up to the top left corner. Then once you release the icon, you now can see that I have moved this icon from kind of toward the bottom to up at the top. To sign in, you are going to use your computer login, whatever login you use to get into the computers, followed by the @ sign, and then students, students.meridian223.org. Notice that students is plural. Your password. If you have already been into your school account for Google Drive, you all probably already know what your password is, so you would just type in your password and click Next. If you've never been in your Google Drive, in the past, the password has been Meridian223. However, check with your teacher or the class website to find out if that has changed. All right, once you are inside your Google Drive, you're going to see My Drive. My Drive is going to show you everything that is housed in your personal drive. If you have never been in Google Drive before, the first thing you're going to see is a PDF document. This document gives you instructions of how to get started in Google Drive. At any point in time, you can access this. This PDF is a file that sits on your computer courtesy of Google. Once you double click on your PDF direction file, a document will open up and you can see that you can look for directions for anything that you need to know. For example, the first page tells you how to store safely, then how to sync. At the bottom, you will see that you are on page 1 of 1. You can click on any of these minus, plus, or zooms to make your screen larger or smaller, or move to the next page of directions. Google Drive itself, again, going back to My Drive itself tells you and shows you all the files and folders that you have in your personal drive. You also have the Shared With Me file. That Shared With Me is where you will go whenever someone shares a document or a folder with you. That way you will have access to it underneath Shared With Me. The recent icon is largely for any documents that you recently have done. So if you can't find a document, it's very easy to go to the recent. You also have your Google Photos, Starred, and your trash can. There are 3 ways to create in Google Drive. First, you can look for the new blue icon that is on the left side of your drive. When you select that new icon, you'll get a drop-down menu for options. The second way is to the right of the new icon. You will see a My Drive drop-down arrow. If you select the drop-down arrow to the right of My Drive, you will receive the same options that you received if you click on the new. The third way is to right-click on your screen anywhere in your drive, and you will also receive the same drop-down options. Cloud storage. Cloud storage allows you to save your files and folders up on the internet so that wherever you go, they are accessible to you anywhere there is internet service. There are a variety of different types of cloud storage. You might be familiar with Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, iCloud. Google Chrome also has a cloud storage called Google Drive. And if you notice again, the Google Drive icon is the little triangle that has the blue, the gold, and the green. To create a folder, you are going to either click on your blue icon, click on the drop down for My Drive, or you can right click on your screen, but you're going to select new folder icon. When that opens up, you're going to have to name your folder. Remember, naming your folders is very important. You want to stay as organized as possible. One of the key employability skills for most employers is the ability to stay organized. For you here at school, it is your ability to get work done quickly, to find work quickly, and to access work quickly. So the more organized you are, the better it is, because then you don't have to spend time searching for your documents. Let's say we create a folder for this year, 2017-2018 school year. This folder allows me on Google Drive to be able to put folders inside this folder for all my classes. But once I type in my folder name, I'm going to click on the icon for create, and it will create a folder. And so if I look into my Drive now, I will see that I have a little folder called 2017-2018 school year. To create another folder, I am going to find my 2017-2018 school year folder, and then I will double click on the folder, and then I will right click inside the folder, and I will select new folder. So once my new folder opens up, I am going to give it a new name. Inside my 2017-2018 school year folder, I want to create a folder for this class called Intro to Computers. Again, being organized is extremely important in getting your work done on time. When I click on Create, if I look at my path, I will now see that at the top level, I was in my Drive. Then I go down a level, I can see that I'm in my 2017-2018 school year folder, and inside that folder, I now have a folder called Intro to Computers. Now I can add color to my folders if I so choose. Sometimes by adding color, it allows you to distinguish between different folders. If I right click on my folder, I will get a drop down menu, and all I have to do is find the palette that has the change color, and then move my cursor over the arrow, and I will have an option to the colors I want to choose. In this case, I have chosen the red. Notice that there's a check mark in the red that shows me that is the color that I am using. When I look at my Drive and I go inside my 2017-2018 school year folder, I will see that I have created 3 folders for each of my classes. I have an English folder, a history folder, and an Intro to Computer folder. I have also given each of these folders a different folder color. This should help me distinguish between my different classes. Whenever I create a folder or a file on Google Drive, I want to make sure that I place that document or folder inside the correct class. Whenever I upload a folder or a file to my Google Drive, I want to make sure I place it in the right folder class. Now, if I look up at my link here, I am in my Drive. I have 2017-2018 school year folder. Now I'm inside my Intro to Computer folder. So once I'm inside my computer folder, I can drop files inside this folder as well. We have just created a Unit 1 Google Drive folder. Now we need to go inside our Unit 1 Google Drive folder to create another folder. So we are going to double click on our Unit 1 Drive folder, and then we will right click and create a folder called Chapter 1 Google Drive. In Unit 1 Google Drive, you will cover 4 chapters. The first being Google Drive. Chapter 2 is Google Docs. Chapter 3 is Gmail. And Chapter 4 is Employability Skills. When you're done with Unit 1 Google Drive, you will have 4 folders inside this drive that contain all of your work for Unit 1. Because you need to know where to place things, it's very important that you begin to know how to read the paths that are created in Google Drive. First, think about a building. Let's say you live on the top floor of a building. This is equivalent to My Drive. So My Drive is the top floor. To get to the basement, you need to go down the elevator. These greater than signs tell you that you're going down another level or another path. So notice that we're going from My Drive, which is the top floor, to 2017-2018 school year folder, which is this next floor down. Notice there's another greater than sign that tells us we're going down another level into our Enter to Computers folder. We have another greater than sign that shows that we're going down another level to our Unit 1 Google Drive folder. And then our basement floor, or the bottom floor, is our Chapter 1 Google Drive folder. So by looking at my Google Drive, I can see by looking at the path that I'm on the floor called My Drive, which is my top floor. Inside My Drive, I have two sections. The first section is for folders. The second section is for all of the files. A folder is a space that houses all of the objects that you create or upload to Google Drive. Files are the objects themselves, such as a document, a spreadsheet, a form, or an image. Congratulations, you have just finished the first section for 1-1. Now you're going to log into your Google Drive account with your username and password, create a folder for this year's school year, and add color to your folder. Then inside your 2017-2018 school year folder, you'll create a folder for all of the classes that you have for the school year. Make sure you add color to all your folders. Then you're going to double click inside your Enter to Computer folder and create another folder called Unit 1 Google Drive. Add color to the folder. Then double click inside your Google Drive folder and create another folder called Chapter 1 Google Drive. Remember to add color to the folder tab. When you're done, show me your completed folders for grading. Make sure you're on the first level, My Drive, so that you can click through all of your folders. Then log out of your Google Drive account and continue on with this PowerPoint to section 1-2. We have now just finished the first section, 1-1. Please go back to your class website, download the Unit 1, Chapter 1 I Can statement. Save that to your Unit 1 folder, then complete the first section, 1-1. Once you have completed the first section, then return back to the website and look for your Part 2 video.